Cajun country, southern Louisiana, the birthplace of American spice.
Keith, you getting hungry? Oh yeah, let's have bon tip roulette.
I'm granted special access to the iconic Tabasco pepper.
Woo. The heat punches you in the face right away.
And I amp up the spice in a Cajun favorite.
Now this is my idea of the right amount of hot sauce.
I pop a top secret screamin' hot new pepper.
How you feeling, man? Like I just got hit in the face with a tiki torch.
And bring its flavor to the table.
It's a good heat. It's like in the back of your mouth.
I visit the bayou and learn the Cajun ways.
A Texas boy can't handle Louisiana spice, I see, huh?
I'm James Beck, the hot sauce boss, and spice is my life.
And I know I'm not alone.
There's 1.5 million reasons I shouldn't be doing this.
When it comes to the world's hottest peppers and fiery seasonings, I've developed a superhuman ability to beat the heat and savor the flavor.
I'm guessing cayenne?
You're right.
But my journey to understand how spice connects us all is far from over. This is Show Name. I'm in southern Louisiana, birthplace of Cajun cooking. The word Cajun comes from Acadian, the original French exiles from Canada who moved here in the 1700s. Their descendants, along with those who came here from other parts of the world, were not afraid to season their food. The seasoning made the strange new foods they had to eat better tasting. That ingenuity grew into an appreciation for spiciness that defines Cajun cooking today. I picked this area because Cajun country is the home of the quintessential American hot sauce, Tabasco. Tabasco was the first hot sauce I ever tried as a kid, and I loved it. Today, Tabasco is sold in every country in the world. But what is it about Tabasco's taste that makes it so popular? I'm headed to Avery Island to find out. Just 2.5 hours from New Orleans, it's been the home of Tabasco for 150 years. For a spice lover like me, this is a bit of a pilgrimage.
This is the Tabasco pepper seed farm, and this has got to be one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. I'm standing amongst hundreds of thousands of heirloom Tabascos, meaning it's the same antique seeds that they've been using since 1868.
It's a variety of chili pepper nobody else has.
Tabascos, like all chili plants, are a sun-loving variety. But what's so unique about Tabascos is they're so lightweight. They don't droop like you see on some of the larger chilies. They point straight up toward the sun. These chilies have got a nice kick to them. Now you gotta get a nice bright red one so that they're really, really spicy. These yellow and orange, they're not quite ready, but this big one, bright red and beautiful.
I just have to taste it.
Whew. The heat punches you in the face right away. With flavor, citrusy on the front end, and then a nice floral finish. And imagine if you had a sip of rose water, or you take a smell of one of these beautiful flowers. That aroma comes through in the flavor.
And it was flavor, or a lack of it, that gave us Tabasco sauce. Banker Edmund McElhenney, using peppers from the family garden, created the sauce to make post-Civil War food more exciting. He sold it in recycled cologne bottles for $1. Eventually, Tabasco became so popular that they ran out of space and had to start shipping seeds to bigger farms overseas. The peppers are picked, ground into mash, and the mash is sent back here to Avery Island's Tabasco Mash Warehouse.
And then put in these whiskey barrels where they're aged for 3 years along with salt from the island.
The mash ferments and develops the flavor that makes Tabasco such a powerhouse.
This is fresh mash, and this has been aged for 3 years. Let's crack these open and see what they look like. There we go. Got the rings off. Now for the fun part. Woo! Oh, that's a bit harsh. And this is a beautiful bright red mash in here. Oh, and the aroma is incredible. It's just all chilies and seeds, and it's overwhelmingly good. Now it's time to crack open barrel number 2.
I wonder what it'll be like after 3 years.
There we go. I'm getting pretty good at this. The aroma is so much different than the new one. It's so much more pungent. I can almost taste the difference in flavor. It's creamy. It's almost got tomato-type notes to it. There's so much more complexity. And that's what makes the Tabasco Red such an amazing sauce.
The aged mash is strained to remove the seeds and vinegar is added. After a month of stirring, it's ready for bottling. The bottles you buy at the store today are replicas of the cologne bottles used by Edmund McElhenney all those years ago. Unbelievable! Louisiana's hottest export is made with only 3 ingredients: chili peppers, salt, vinegar, and the simplest of recipes.
This is a great sauce, but it's just not hot enough for me. And I'm finding that more and more people want hotter sauces these days. So what's exciting is they use the Tabasco Red as the base for the sauce that I really am interested in, which is Tabasco Habanero.
Tabasco's habanero sauce is twice as spicy as the traditional red. Habaneros may have come from Cuba and once held the record as the world's hottest pepper. They are a key ingredient in Mexican food and usually eaten raw. I'm heading over to see my buddy Neil at his place, McClure's Barbecue Restaurant. He's always used Tabasco's red sauce in his traditional jambalaya. Of course, I think it could be much hotter. But will habanero sauce be too much?
Jambalaya, one of the most popular dishes in Cajun cuisine.
Absolutely.
Combination of meat, vegetables, rice, gotta have some sausage.
And not just regular sausage, little bits of all of my smoked meats. All of my barbecue is in there.
And the holy trinity of Cajun cooking: onion, celery, and bell pepper.
Gotta have them.
These ingredients are in a lot of Cajun dishes. They create layers of flavors that give Cajun food its richness and depth, which are just as important as the heat.
Neil packs his jambalaya with his smoked meats, some peppery chorizo sausage, and some classic pulled pork rib meat.
Man, that looks great. Smoky, just a really, really nice pork rib. Great flavor. That is good stuff.
And the last meat is some of my brisket.
Love brisket. In Texas, brisket is a way of life.
Neil adds his Cajun spice blend of cayenne pepper, black pepper, paprika, onion powder, oregano, thyme, red pepper flakes, and bay leaf.
Kansas City-style barbecue sauce. Green onions and rice finish it off.
We've got all the ingredients in there now. All we gotta do is boil it down slowly for about a half an hour.
Not all the ingredients.
Uh-oh.
I brought in the big gun.
Holy crap.
Now this is my idea of the right amount of hot sauce.
I don't think we need all of that in there.
Your place, your rules, we can compromise.
The extra heat from the habanero sauce should balance out with the ingredients in the Holy Trinity to help enhance all the flavor in the pot.
This looks amazing.
What you think, man?
Oh yeah,
That's got enough heat on it for you?
that is just right.
Awesome.
That is the first time that I've ever had a smoky jambalaya. It comes through in the flavor, the depth from the bay leaves, and then I'm catching a hint of paprika coming off the
A
rub.
little bit.
That complexity, gosh, it goes so well, and I cannot wait to try the finished product.
A little more heat than normal, but that's good. That is good balance.
This has got everything I would ever want. This is a great jambalaya.
Appreciate that. Thanks for your help with it.
While Neil and his customers enjoy the new habanero jambalaya, I'm looking to turn up the heat even more. Now, I love to eat super spicy peppers, but there are heat fanatics out there that breed them, and their work is usually top secret. My friend Pop Primo is one of the best, and he's agreed to show me his backyard lab.
So tell me what it's like working in the crazy competitive world of ultra hot chilies.
Man, it's totally a maniacal, obsessive, cutthroat country club. And fortunately, or maybe unfortunately, I'm a member.
Amen, brother.
Welcome to my lab. This is Primo's Peppers.
Heaven on earth. Tell me about this beautiful fruit.
Well, this is the 7-pot Primo. It's a pepper that I bred, and it's my version of the Trinidad 7-pot pepper.
The 7-pot earned its name because one of these chilies can spice up 7 pots of soup.
I obtained seeds from an old lady in a Trinidadian market, and the other parent is the Naga Morich from Bangladesh. I crossbred them, and I ended up with this beast. Hot and hot made hotter, right?
Absolutely.
Troy's pepper is now its own official variety. It took him 12 years of work to get here. And that whole time, he had to fend off the competition.
I've always kept my lab close to home because you have to watch the prying chili heads. They'll jump your fence. I gotta have cameras set up around here, man.
Man, it's like Fort Knox over here.
It is. This pepper is 1.5 million Scoville heat units.
The Scoville scale measures the amount of spice in peppers and spicy foods.
So a hot jalapeno is about 5,000 Scoville heat units. A hot habanero is gonna run about 200,000 Scoville heat units.
It's like eating 300 jalapenos at one time.
At 1.5 million Scoville units, this is going to be the hottest pepper I've ever tasted, straight off the bush. And while it may seem insane, this is really the only way for me to analyze the Primo's true quality and flavors.
There's 1.5 million reasons I shouldn't be doing this.
I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana with Troy Primo, a Cajun all-star when World of Spice. Troy has invited me to be the first to get a taste of his top secret 7 Pop Primo pepper. One of the world's hottest peppers, the equivalent of eating 300 jalapenos in a single mouthful.
Getting that floral flavor, tastes like flowers. Chewing it up as much as I can before I swallow, because I'll take the mouth burn, the lip burn, the tongue burn, the roof of the mouth burn. Oh, but that throat burn, oh, that is where it's just brutal.
Capsaicin, the compound that gives spicy peppers their heat, excites pain receptors in your mouth.
So you get an endorphin release from your brain, natural painkillers, and it's equivalent to going into full-blown shock. 10, 15, 20 minutes later, you'll start feeling okay, but those endorphins stay, and you get that intense natural high that almost makes it worth it.
How you feeling, man?
Like I just got hit in the face with a tiki torch.
I can tell that this pepper has a lot of potential. Not only is a potential title holder for the world's hottest pepper, but also as an ingredient in some local Cajun cuisine. I've got to help out my buddy Troy and get the 7 Pop Primo on the menu here in Lafayette. After all, what's the point of a pepper if you can't eat it? Chef Ryan Trahan at Dark Roux, another Cajun boy born and bred, was smart enough, or dumb enough, to take on the challenge of the 7 Pop Primo.
Welcome to the Dark Roux Kitchen, man. You ready to cook with some Primo peppers today?
100%.
I have a plan to mix Troy's Ultra Hot Primo pepper with one of Ryan's signature dishes.
Ryan is a super spice aficionado and already has a few dishes on the menu that tackle big time heat. But we're talking a whole new level with the Primo. The only way to present a pepper like this to the general public is to create a dish that has a lot of balance with other flavors. Ryan has agreed to incorporate the 7 Pop Primo peppers into one of his favorite dishes, ceviche, a dish originating in South America that consists of fresh seafood cooked in citrus juices and tossed with vegetables, fruits, including, at times, spicy peppers. Ryan's version is a sweet and salty balancing act of juicy watermelon vacuum-packed in soy sauce.
People can't tell the watermelon and the tuna apart, so you have this like little mental thing going on in your mind wondering like, what am I eating?
It's like a culinary puzzle.
Ryan adds in fresh meaty tuna from the Gulf of Mexico.
We cure it overnight. A little bit of salt, a lot of sugar, and what it does is it makes it lose its moisture. So as it loses moisture, it gains flavor, it gets salty. That way we don't have to season afterward.
Can I try a piece?
Yeah, go ahead, man. How's that taste?
Oh, so good.
Salt's already in it, got a little bit of sweetness to it, a few spices.
Oh, yeah, I could just eat that all by itself.
Cherry tomatoes as well as green onions, savory shallots, pungent basil, and some edible marigold flowers finish off the ceviche.
The floral notes from the flowers and the herbs are really going to tie in well with our hot peppers.
Hot peppers, now we're talking.
We're going to cut our Primo pepper in half.
The white parts inside the peppers are the placental tissue, the hottest part of the pepper, but they are bitter, which makes it harder to blend the flavors. It's better to remove them when cooking with ultra-hot peppers.
We're going to take our nice ceviche. We're going to go ahead and we're going to try and get everything in the center.
And make sure you get all those little bits of Primo. Got to get it in there for that good heat.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get it all in there. All right, man. That's tuna and watermelon ceviche. I hope you really like that.
There's only one thing left to do.
Dig in and take a taste.
Coming up, we find out if the Primo has what it takes to make it to the menu. Chef Ryan Trahan has agreed to try Troy Primo's ultra hot peppers in his ceviche tonight.
Oh my gosh, that smells so good.
How you like that?
I mean, that's perfection.
Pretty good.
That is so damn good. There's nothing that's overpowering. It goes from the sweet of the watermelon to that really nice salty tuna, and then that great kick from the Primo, but it's not too much.
I'm gonna have to try it out, man. I hope I don't get one of those flecks.
Come on, get one.
Whew. I definitely got one of those flecks in my mouth. It's really good. It comes through really nice. Gives you a nice little burn. I believe like the Chinese call that mala, a little tingling on the lips and the tongue and the throat. It's really good.
The reason I wanted to bring in the Primo, you had already brought in the edible flowers. So that floral flavor that comes naturally through on the Primo is gonna be a perfect complement to everything you've already done here.
I love the way you're thinking, man. It's delicious.
So let's see what your customers think about this ultra hot tuna watermelon ceviche.
Man, let's try it out.
For me to truly call this a win, Dark Roo's local Cajun customers have got to love it as much as we do.
It's a good heat. It's like in the back of your mouth, but it's not too hot.
Spicy and kind of aromatic.
Sorry.
Spicy enough, but not overbearing.
Catching up to me now.
We brought these special just for y'all.
Guys? All right. What's up, bro? Nothing much. How's it going, Troy?
Who better to sample this dish than the creator of this rockin' pepper, Troy and his wife, Kara.
Outstanding.
It's actually surprisingly not as hot as I thought it would be.
It's got the heat. Of course, that's building. That's a characteristic of the Primo. It's catching me in the throat. He knows how that goes.
Yeah, haha. Well, Ryan, the votes are in and it's unanimous. Everybody loved the ultra hot version. So can we add it to the menu?
Man, I think we should. It was a hit.
Yes.
Do it.
Coming up,
What are you smelling for, man?
The steam.
A Texas boy can't handle Louisiana spice here, I see, huh?
On my way to the bayou to meet up with my good friend Keith Jenkins.
Keith's family has lived here for generations, and he's a spice fanatic like me. Together, we're going back to the roots of spice and Cajun cooking with one of the first dishes ever made here, a traditional Cajun seafood boil. But we're gonna have to catch the main ingredient first.
The bayou with Louisiana is a source of seafood, and it's nothing like fresh seafood when you're gonna boil. So right now, it's crab season.
Put me to work. What are we doing?
Okay, man. Baits in here, like you're doing right there. Come up to another trap, like right here. You gotta be quick and fast about it. It's the whole thing.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
When he comes up. All right. There we go. Pull up, blue crab. Right?
Woohoo! We got our big old box of Louisiana blue crab. Keith, you getting hungry?
Oh yeah. Let's have bon tip roulette. Let the good times roll, and let's have a Louisiana crab ball.
Louisiana blue crabs taste pretty mild, so Keith will use spices to give them some Cajun kick, just like his ancestors did.
I am hungry. We gonna cook some crabs or what?
A crab boil is like a potluck, except everything you bring goes into one pot.
starting with some red potatoes and onions.
Take some lemons, and we're gonna squeeze some lemons. You want the lemon juice into the boil. Put some garlic in there, good flavor there.
Yeah.
Next comes the most important element, the spice.
Keith's spice blend is a secret, but Louisiana crab boil mixes typically contain cayenne pepper, bay leaf, allspice, coriander, and mustard seeds.
Of that ball mix.
Oh man.
All right.
Savory, got some pungency, little bit of kick.
All right. basically a whole bottle of the Cajun pepper sauce throw up on there, going there. And that's gonna put some flavor in them crabs. All right? So we're gonna take this here with all the Cajun flavors, the juices. What are you smelling for, man?
The steam.
A Texas boy can't handle Louisiana spice here, I see, huh?
I mean, to be fair,
okay.
The cayenne's getting airborne, and it's kind of like a little small version of pepper spray. So I got it. It's burning a bit, but I can handle it.
Yeah. All right, it looks like the party has showed up. This is my family here, and this is how we roll here in Louisiana. We ready to go, cuz?
Man, we're hungry.
Dumping these babies in.
It's the catch of the day.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn it up to jet fuel. We're gonna say it takes 4 minutes, which is good and fast.
All right.
Mushrooms and corn go in at the last minute. They don't need long to soak up all those flavors.
They ready?
Yes, they are, James. Now we're gonna take the lid off there, and we gotta drain for about 3 minutes. Come on up, come on up. Come on, Texas boy. There, come on, there you go.
It wouldn't be a true crab boil without the whole family here in the backyard. Sharing with the community is a value that goes deep in Cajun culture, all the way back to the time when they lived a rather isolated existence out here in the swamps. You never knew when your nets or traps might end up empty, but you always knew you could count on your neighbor for a delicious meal.
What's so great about a boil like this is everything you threw in there, it infuses that flavor with the boil. It's got that spice, get that cayenne, you feel it all around your mouth, on your tongue, but it's not so much that it makes you want to stop eating. That's perfect heat right there.
And that's what it is about Louisiana. We're about flavors and not burn.
As a spice lover, Louisiana is always one of my favorite places to visit. Centuries after the Cajuns arrived, the people here are using hard work, ingenuity, and passion to stay true to their fiery roots.